Alone I sleep and alone I eat. Alone I try to defeat those who compete or come to terms to that which everybody could agree when there is a need to compete. But when I roll solo, I see the need to be a part of society. So you can stroll with me, but if we end up traveling separately, then please do not have any worries. Everybody has a spot in my thoughts, so I don't ever get that lonely. This is my depiction of me, depicted with complete honesty. I do not see isolation as the enormous enormity that the whole society population perceives it to be. They see being isolated as unhealthy, different and self-destructive. I am the contrary, as I am persistent and productive. I am bold, daring, consistent and seductive, especially since you cannot see the distance in my perspective spans. What you see as planned, I say the blueprints to my next plans. You do not understand the complexities of creativity that form me as a man. That is why I expand reality into fictional lands by molding the world with my own two hands. The words that I speak are the strings that I attach to puppets that I control to make the rest plumb it to the peak of the bound of distinct snowy mountain. Some it's as some thoughts of substance that have sunken deep into my subconscious. Then I suddenly suffuse it over the sum of everyone that I choose. This will suffice the needs until those thoughts are consumed. I extradite kids' creativity to the doom, to introduce insight to the insanity of not being able to create something new. Just because I travel over the gravel of uncharted terrain does not mean that I do not grapple with the cold-hearted brain. But we are compatible, because if we departed, then I would be out of my mind and insane. Society can battle a subpar fight against the flame, but I am the isolated rebel who bombarded the same, and then I blew up the grain. Alone I sleep and alone I eat. Alone I try to defeat those who compete or come to terms to that which everybody could agree when there is a need to compete. But when I roll solo, I see the need to be a part of society. So you can stroll with me, but if we end up traveling separately, then please do not have any worries. Everybody has a spot in my thoughts, so I don't ever get that lonely. Every play today seems to conform to norms. Godly dreams used to be explored, but that's not so anymore. Parodies demean the reason of what we art for, probably because they seize the further growth of other art forms. True artists are tortured and tormented by the mainstream, which engulfs the pain in their screams and the flames of a game that does not need to be played. There is no game, just words that justify life. Those that play have lost all sight of why we slave over what we write. I gave and I still give time, just so I can entice minds, and I create rhymes that turn my spine into ice. The chills feel just right. I'm mostly alone whenever I compose, even if I just awoke or my eyes are about to close. I'm greedy with the info that I know, because the world needs no clones. I'm a savage in the world of poetic language, a lone wolf who ravages prey to satisfy its fatherly anguish. As an underground captive, I am preparing to shift questionable rap practices toward compelling sentences and tongue twists. Being the wolf that I am, I do this by myself or within a pack. Seem to condemn, then damn, while I move in stealth triggers me to act immediately. They can stay where they stand, but I will destroy their habitats. They know that it is me, but do not know the plans that I did and that I now have. Mainstream cannot survive without brainwashing and feeding on the fans. So my schemes redeem the true meaning of a sleight of hand. I revive each word slide while I slide aces and jokers out of both of my sleeves to pull a couple of fast ones. This invidious trickery makes the mainstream look dumb. It makes fans not want to fuck with them. It is all just games and fun until the end of the day comes and artists get emotionally crushed when they realize that anybody can purchase a fucking paintbrush. But it is the outcomes that determine if you have your talent in your clutches or if you suck. You can feel the rush of my artistic touch as I shoot sound waves at your eardrums from my teeth, tongue, gums, and mandible guns. I protect my rhymes as a wolf does with its cubs, because we are the ones that they respectively came from. Do you comprehend the metaphor of me practicing my first and my second amendments? We survive and try to be the fittest, but I am who I am and I cannot change this. I say fuck the genie and his 3 wishes, because I wished before but I did not get shit. Then I realized that fantasies come true through persistence. I am a lone wolf because I can, and I do not need to have an accomplice. Alone I sleep and alone I eat. Alone I try to defeat those who compete or come to terms to that which everybody could agree when there is a need to compete. But when I roll solo, I see the need to be a part of society. So you can stroll with me, but if we end up traveling separately, then please do not have any worries. Everybody has a spot in my thoughts, so I don't ever get that lonely. I max my introversion with the version of extroversion for the purpose of preserving myself as a person. I convert to an ambivert who reverts to an introvert just like clockwork, so I can immerse myself inside of a network of the first words to become the bee flying with the birds. Well, I hatch eggs and get all of the good worms. I am evasive when it comes to my persuasive aliases to remain faceless in the upcoming changes in the ages. As an Aquarius and an optimistic mystic, I am curious how I will depict my mystifying mystique when I am worthless and unrestrict mental authority to become complete. I am a brisk risk taker that stands on the edge and then faithfully leaps with bungee cords that are wrapped around me. I kiss the cheek of bliss gracefully as she insists on my falling freely. I unhinge the twist of nylon as I gently descend upon the cusp of her feathery wings. I certainly face my adversary of uncertainty with minimal adversities as my guardian angel holds me securely. I love her dearly as she destroys controversy with inside of me, clearly signifying my courageousness and bravery. As my spirit roams with my angel and my guardian, I remain in the realm of reality to carve my path in stone. So any unforeseeable obstacle that is uncontrollable can be avoidable, since I know the path to go to and fro if I ever decide not to be alone.